Welcome along to our football coverage here on CBS Sports HQ. We've got so much great football happening across Europe at the minute, including in the Swiss Super League. And for more on that, it's a real pleasure to welcome in Young Boys head coach David Wagner to join us now. David, delighted to have you with us. Thanks so much for joining us. We've got so much to ask you. But first things first, you made the move to Young Boys earlier this season. So how are you enjoying life in Switzerland so far, and how's it been settling in?
Oh, it's pretty nice. It's a great place to live. It's a very stable football club with a lot of very ambitious people, and I'm settled in quite well so far. Thank you.
Well, no doubt it's been a memorable season for you so far as well, especially in Europe. I'm sure headlined by that win against Manchester United at home on match day 1. I mean, describe what that moment was like for you and the team. And as a head coach, where does that rank for you in terms of career highlights so far?
Yeah, first of all, I think we should not forget that we already had a long way to go to come into the Champions League group stages. So we had to play 3 rounds of qualification. We've beaten Bratislava, the Slovakia champion. We've beaten Cluj, the Romanian champion, and we've beaten Budapest, the Hungary's champion as well, to come into the group stages. And then obviously the first game on match day 1 was against Manchester United at home, and we enjoyed an incredible night all together. Some people say it was the biggest success of Young Boys in international football, and obviously it was great to be part of it.
David, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure watching you go through your coaching career, obviously with Dortmund, and then going to Huddersfield, and then back to Schalke, which was an interesting move for me, going to the opposition, and now you're at Young Boys. What was it about Young Boys that attracted you so much to the project?
Yeah, first of all, after everything what I experienced in the past, I already was in England, Championship and Premier League football. I was in the Bundesliga as well. I thought to myself, okay, what could be the next step? And I was open for a new challenge and for a new league as well. What was important for me was not the league in general. It was more that I wanted to be in a football club which is stable, where good, reliable people work on. And to be fair, I wanted to be in a club who is able to compete in Europe, maybe in the Champions League, and compete for winning trophies and titles. And obviously, Young Boys offered me all of this, and we already had great success. Start at the beginning with this Champions League group stage qualifications. In the league, we have some further steps to go. We already played 31 games now. Yesterday, with this win against which team we played. So we had so many games, I already forgotten which team we played yesterday. Yeah, obviously
you played Sion yesterday.
Yeah, correct. And we've beaten them 4-3. This is what I know. So you can see we played 31 games in 4 months or 4.5 months. It was an incredible journey so far, but a lot of hard work to do. And we are really looking forward to the next 2 games, because then we have the rest of 2 weeks winter break, which we all together for sure deserved.
Hey David, Luis Garcia here. Good to talk to you. And yeah, I figured that you had so many things in your head after playing so many. And I agree that you've done an impressive run up to arrive to the Champions League, and arrive into the Champions League with all those noise around. And well, I have to congratulate you, even though that you were so close to get into in the last game, because I think you did everything that you could to win against United. It was a very good game, in my opinion. But listen, I would like to ask you about that, because you were so close. I'm sure that the players felt that they could have managed to go there, and leaving the Europa League or leaving Champions League is always difficult, because at the end all the players want to be involved. How have you managed to try to make them understand they have to continue trying to be focused, because now is the league. You are in the 4th position, you got Basel at the weekend, so it's a very big game also for you guys. So how you manage to, in the daily basis, to try to reinforce that listen, we are not the Europa League, but it's a long way to try to be back again next year?
Yeah, first of all, we had to be honest to ourselves. To come so close, how we came, I think, was already a success, because it was the first time in the club history that a team in the Champions League group stages earned 5 points, and they were able to get 4 points against one opposition, which obviously was Manchester United. This stays for itself, and this was a great success. Even if we have to say, if everything would work out for 100%, and obviously in football not often does this happen, we were able to collect more points and maybe get through into the Europa League. Obviously it doesn't happen, but for sure it was clear that we all together like to have these experiences as well again as soon as possible. And for this, we have to come back on track in our home league. And this is what I said to the guys. And obviously, they are not blind and stupid. They've known this for their own. But it's easy to say and to speak about this. It's much more harder, as we've seen yesterday, than to deliver. So we were 2-0 down after 20 minutes. But the morale and the mentality of the group is incredible. And obviously, then we have beaten CO 4-3.
David, I'm sure you're a man that believes that, football from all different nations and different countries have different principles and beliefs and different foundations. What would you say, if anything, from your experience in England, have you taken with you into your managing and coaching, from just that experience that you had with coaching and managing in England?
Oh, it's always a learning curve. Even if you are in the management business since, I don't know, I'm in the business, I think since 13, 14 years. I don't know exactly how many years. Every single day is a learning curve. And obviously, even if England is only 500 kilometers away from Germany, it's a total different football culture. Like the culture in Switzerland is different from Germany or England as well. So in England, I've seen a totally new culture in terms of the day-to-day business, how proper English pros do their day-to-day business. I think I brought a little bit experience from Europe to Huddersfield in this at this time. Everybody was very open-minded, and I think we all together created something very special in Huddersfield. And to mix this different cultures, I think this is what is the interesting stuff. I think it makes no sense to really only bring your style to a new country, new club. You have to be adaptable, and this is how I styled with the situations.
Well, David, talking of mixing cultures, let's talk about US men's national team striker Jordan Pefok. He's just having a great season for both club and country. What do you see, though, from him every day on the training ground, and how would you assess his season so far?
Yeah, first of all, Jordy is a great fella, isn't he? He is a very, very open-minded guy. He always has a smile on his face. I really like his working attitude. His responsibility for the team, so he is a proper worker defensively as well, and this is what I always love, when my strikers feel responsibility for the defense work. And apart from this, he is a proper goal scorer, so he has done this in this season. Yesterday, unfortunately, he didn't score, but he had a lot of good opportunities, and I'm pretty sure he will come back to goal scoring.
I know your history with the US men's national team, obviously, as a former player, but how closely do you follow the US men's national team? I know Jordan's there. You also were coaching Weston McKennie at Schalke, but how closely do you follow World Cup qualifying and obviously how the US men's national team are doing?
Yeah, obviously I follow the national team very much, as I follow the MLS. Obviously, if you played for this national team, you will always follow them. It's Christian Pulisic as well, a young player who was in Dortmund when I was in Dortmund as well, even if I wasn't his coach. As you said, Weston McKennie is there. I've played with Greg. I had some phone calls in my time at Schalke when we've spoken about Weston and his improvement. So yeah, I'm very interested in what's going on in America regarding football.
The reason why I asked, David, is because obviously following your career and your trajectory and what you've been doing in coaching, I just wondered that at one stage in your career, could you see yourself potentially being a national team boss, and could that potentially be the US men's national team?
So if I learned something, then is don't look too far ahead. I'm very, very happy with the work I'm doing. I have no idea what will be even in 6 months. So I have no idea what will be in 6 years. I've had so many great experiences so far, and to be totally honest, not one of them were really planned. So I haven't known 6 months before I was in England that I will be in England. I haven't known 6 months before I was in Germany that I will be in Germany, back in the Bundesliga, and I haven't known 6 months before that I will be in Switzerland. So some stories will happen, some will not happen. I will die as a happy man if I will never managing as a national team boss, or if I will never managing what kind of football club ever. I'm a happy person, and I'm very, very happy and thankful for everything what I could experience so far, and we will see what lies ahead of me.
I love that answer. I love the roundabout way you went about it. And I know you were pushing and how proud you are. But I'm going to take that as a yes, David Wagner. I'm going to take that as a yes, and I'm using it. Great stuff.
David, we've spoke to you a lot about football. So just before we let you go, I mean, let's talk about life off the pitch in Switzerland. What are you enjoying most about living there?
Have you ever been in Switzerland?
I have been, yes. Yes, I have been. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I speak about. So Switzerland and Bern especially is for sure one of the beautiful places in the world. So you are close to the mountains, close to lakes. The city in general is very traditional, very, very old, great buildings you can see. And there are good people here as well. So in terms of private life, I can't see a lot of better places rather than here in Bern. The only thing what I miss, and this is always something what I miss, it doesn't matter if it's in England, in Germany, or now here in Switzerland, is that I'm not able to have my family all around me the whole time.
No, absolutely. We feel you on that. But Switzerland also, great chocolate as well. Chocolate.
Yeah, David, but it's freezing there. It's freezing there as well, David. They're freezing
there. Yeah, you see that it's great chocolate here. It isn't good for
I'll take the cold for the chocolate, that's for sure. David, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us here, and best of luck with the rest of your season.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Good luck.
Stay healthy.
Good luck, David.
All right, so it's a busy time in Europe, isn't it? And we just had the knockout round draw from Switzerland earlier on today for the Europa League. And here's a look at the playoff matchups. You can see there's some massive ties, including Napoli against Barcelona. One that, Lucho, I know that you've got your eyes locked on.
Yes, Bobby, definitely is going to be one of the crackers of this knockout or playoff, we call it like this. And let's see if Barcelona can manage to get a good result, because definitely it's not going to be easy. We see that there were also a few more games, but this one is, of course, one that I'm going to have an eye on.
It's a great tie, that one there, Luis, I think, as well. And obviously with the connection with Maradona as well, those two great clubs that he played for. I'm just happy that one of those two teams are going to knock each other out, which puts me in a better position for my pick of Atalanta, who I feel have a fantastic, good opportunity to make it into the further stages, playing Olympiacos. As we know, Atlanta, a fantastic team to watch, great energy, very expansive football. I feel if the right Atlanta turns up, they should make an easy go of Olympiacos.
Nigel, if you keep saying Atlanta, I'm going to get worried about you. Atalanta, the Italians here, they're going to go nuts.
I said Atalanta. You hear me? I said Atalanta. See? Atalanta, not Atlanta in the USA. Atalanta.
Nigel, I'm so used to saying...
It's the South London in me. I'm sorry. It's the South London in me.
I'm so used to saying Atalanta that even here in the States, I tell people I'm going to Atalanta Airport. It's just...
If you said Atlanta Giza, I would have been all right with that one. But, okay, turn my attention to, obviously, the draw. It's been really interesting. I've got my eyes on Borussia Dortmund, of course. They're my favourites in this competition. They're the favourites for the bookies as well. They go up against Glasgow Rangers. They have met before 8 times. Dortmund only won once out of that 8 times. What an incredible draw. And there's a real nice story also creeping up with Gio Reyna, who obviously is playing for Borussia Dortmund. Going back in time, his father, he also played at Glasgow Rangers, and he actually played against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League for Glasgow Rangers. So I think for Claudio and for the Reyna family, that tie is going to be a special one, and it's certainly one I've got my eyes on as well.
Yeah, what a game that's going to be. Ibrox will be absolutely rocking. So the Europa League will resume in the new year, but still plenty more football to keep an eye on this week, including the NWSL 2022 expansion draft for the league's newest members, Angel City FC and the San Diego Wave. That's coming up Thursday, December 16th. And then we've got the college draft to follow just a couple of days later on December 18th, both of which are available for you on Paramount Plus and CBS Sports.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.